Hey you guys, can you hear me? Can you see me? I had a bunch of issues. Hello, hello, hello. Who's in here? Let's see. Hi Maya, hi Jennifer. How you guys doing today? Sorry I was a little late getting in here. I'm still trying to figure this out. I have problems with it every single time. I need like an assistant or something at this point. I'm just pretending I know what I do all the time and I really don't. I'll give you guys a few more minutes to get in here. How's everybody's Sunday going? What are y'all doing today? Hi, Nora. I love the name Nora. Fun fact. I think it's like one of the prettiest names in the world. Who else in here, you guys? Show of hands. What y'all up to? Did you guys figure out how to comment on here? I know there's been issues about it. I'm not really sure what the solution to that problem is. I give you credit. I would have no idea. I don't have any idea. There's so much stuff I do all the time that I'm literally just like winging it and trying to figure it out as I go. And it's extremely frustrating. I tell my husband all the time, you know, he's in school right now, he's going for his master's. He talks all the time about how difficult it is. And I don't take anything away from him. I know it's difficult. I'm positive it is. But I tell him all the time, you cleaned all day since I got a really busy week. Me too, girl. But I tell him all the time, the good news about his school is like there's someone who designed the curriculum. There's someone who has like a lesson plan that's going to get him on the path to finishing. And for me, I just got to make the lesson plan up as I go. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. I'm feeling a little frazzled because I was late getting on here and I hate being late. I'm not a late person. And I also don't have anything of particular interest to talk about today. I wanted to have like kind of a subject to get the ball rolling, but I'm gonna defer to you guys today. Like, what do y'all want to talk about? I mean, it's October, we got Halloween, the holidays are coming, fall makeup's out, any beauty scandals going on I don't know about. You know, I live like in the sunken place. I don't know what's going on out there. This is y'all's show, so you let me know what you want to talk about. I see y'all coming in here, but I don't see any comments. So I'm wondering if you guys are commenting on Patreon and I'm not seeing them. Let's see. Let's see. More stuff I get to figure out. Okay. We can't see or hear you on YouTube. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me and see me? I was watching a video by Sarah Vargas about saving, so I'm a bit of an adulting eye. Who's Sarah Vargas? Do I need to check her out? I'm doing research for a video that I need to film tomorrow, and it's kind of like, it's very interesting. I can't wait to post it. It's all about, are you still planning on doing a color theory video unless I missed it? Yes. Okay. Let me talk to you guys about that in general. So I spoke about this. First of all, I'm just going to keep asking, can you guys hear me? Because Teresa just said that they can't hear me on YouTube. Can you guys tell me how to like troubleshoot this? I think you should be able to click the link and take you to this video. Yes, I can. I can hear you. You guys can hear me. So I don't know, like, are you guys watching this in your YouTube app right now? Or did you click on like the Patreon link and that's how you got here? I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out because that seems to be the problem that everyone's having. But anyway, let's talk about something really quick. I want to get you guys' advice. So the color theory video, I have been talking about doing this video for years now, and it hasn't happened because you click through Patreon. I can hear Patreon link rolls you to YouTube and it's fine for me. Okay, hopefully everybody else figures it out. So I have been talking about doing this color theory video for years, and I just want you guys to understand that color theory, or at least the way that I can teach it to you guys that makes it a usable source of information, is I'm gonna have to talk about how color theory is used in your makeup, because color theory isn't just for makeup artists, it's for actual artists. Graphic designers use it. It's not just our thing. It's an art everywhere. So I can tell you what complementary and tertiary colors are. We can like talk about the color wheel, and that might just give you like a couple little bits of information that you might be able to use. But I feel like the best way is to show you how color theory is used in foundation, how it's used in concealer, how it's used in color correctors, how you use color theory to put eyeshadow looks together. Because I feel like giving you guys a frame of reference is one thing, but I feel like showing you guys tools and examples is another. So this video, for it to be, did a good start, but I kind of want to apply it. Yeah, I haven't seen Sam's video because I try not to watch videos that are similar to things I want to do because I don't want to be like inspired. So I don't know how she did it, but I always imagined a scenario where it would almost be like a series. So there'd be like a crash course kind of explaining to you what color theory is, and then I could go through and show you how I use it as a makeup artist. Like when a client sits in my chair, what coloring I'm looking at on their existing skin, like where I look, where I focus their undertones on, and how I use that to create look on a total stranger. So my idea was this, okay? And I've been thinking about doing this for a while. I think starting next year, I know that's a far way away, but we got to get through the holidays. There's a lot coming out. Just ride with me. My idea was in January, I would launch a color theory course about the face and color theory teams because most color theories are about terms by shows. Yeah, I mean, you can use it for that, but I feel like if you understand color theory, it'll help you so much with your complexion because that's how you decide your foundation. That's how you decide what concealer goes with what foundation. That's how you'll decide what bronzer undertones are best for you. Like that's what I mean when I say it's such a big, I feel like some people want to say, but you could use celebrity people. It's funny you say that, Maya, because that's what I was about to say. I'm thinking about creating a course around color theory. It would have maybe 5 or 6 modules. And I would probably offer it to the general public for like $30. I don't want to charge too much, but it would be free to my patrons. So anyone on Patreon would automatically get it. And if you're not on Patreon because you don't want to be on Patreon, which I try to make it a fun place to hang out, then 20, maybe $10. I don't even know how much I charge. It wouldn't be that much, but I just know that it won't do well on YouTube. I know it won't. And I know it's going to be so much work and I want to do a good job, but like every hour I spend doing one thing, that's an hour I'm not spending doing a million other things. So it's not that I'm trying to be money hungry about it. I'm just trying to make it good for y'all and good for me because that enables me to continue to create content. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I get paid is around my content. So I thought that I would do that. Do you guys think that that's something you would benefit from if I created like classes or like modules on Patreon? It isn't money how you get paid for your time. I know, girl, but some people like, you'd be shocked how many people are mad that I have a Patreon. You have no idea. Like I get comments on the regs of people being like, oh, so you're telling us not to buy makeup, but you want us to pay for your Patreon? And I'm like, I'm not telling you to do anything. Like do what you want, but like I'm trying to, YouTube is like hard. It's hard to do. I try to listen to other people's videos to learn and get bored in 5 seconds. Your tutorials keep an audience. Thank you so much, Agnes. I actually really enjoy teaching. And I think that if I do the color theory and I can pull it off and it does well, I literally am going to have to work on it for the next 3 months to have it ready to go live in January. I would like to make that something I do like every quarter. Like we could start with color theory. And then, what is it T said last week? Those that matter don't mind. Girl, T is wise. I love her so much. I could do that every quarter. So we can start with the color theory and then the next quarter I could do eye shapes. Like I can bring models in and demo makeup on very particular eye shapes. And then we could move on to contouring different face shapes. Like there's a lot, I agree with you, Jennifer. There's a lot we can do with modules and creating like very specific content driven towards people who are already on the Patreon. Because my goal with Patreon is to make this somewhere y'all want to be. And if there's more information I can give that can help you guys over there, that's exactly what I want to do. So if you guys think it's a good idea, I've been kicking this idea around for months, but I think I'm going to do it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it if it's something you guys want. Okay, I just got some comments on Patreon. Hang on. So these people cannot get in. See through Patreon. I tried through my YouTube app, but no go. Several people are over on YouTube waiting for you to go live. I'd be interested. Okay, if you guys are on Patreon commenting and you want to comment live on this video, we pay for cable and TV shows, Patreon, so working and bonus to actually interact. I agree. I like that about here because I love live streams. I just don't know if I could ever do it anywhere but on Patreon because there's so many things coming on. The screen on YouTube isn't working. Oh gosh, you guys, I don't know what to do. How are you guys in here? You guys just literally click on the post I just made in Patreon and it takes you here and then you're able to comment. Is that all that's happening? Because I don't know. I know it's really hard for me to go live. Like I was just trying to do it on my computer and I couldn't do it. I had to do it on my phone. That's why I was late trying to get it set up. Let's see. I can see and hear you through Patreon. I tried through my YouTube app. Don't do it through the app. Don't do it through the app. Do it through Patreon. So log into Patreon and click the video. Is that right? The video. It shouldn't take you. There's a YouTube link I clicked on and it brought me to the live on YouTube. Okay, someone just said, Jennifer said from the Patreon app, there's a YouTube link. She clicked that link and it took her to this video. And then once in Patreon, click on the link and you will hover to get your YouTube and then it will switch you back to you. So hover over the Patreon video link. Something, I don't know. You guys are playing the video on Patreon and clicked on the link in the video. All right, so hit play on the Patreon post. Go to Patreon, do her live video, and then scroll to YouTube. Oh, so fast. I'm sorry. I don't want to spend this whole time trying to get this going. I need to be more prepared for this. I really apologize, you guys. Is anyone finding success with the little tips and tricks? We'll go a little over today since we've already taken up like 13 minutes of me just trying to make sure everybody's in here. Is anyone just now getting in here from Patreon that couldn't before? Has anyone figured this out? I'm just going to keep talking. Hopefully, hopefully you guys can get in. I hope so. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys are down, I think I'll do the course thing I was talking about. I'm into it. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions that could make something like that more interesting for you, do you want workbooks? Do you want PDFs? Like, I would want to make it something, it's like a big deal to me that you guys give me money. So I want to make it like as beneficial for you as possible. Hold on, let me shut this window. It is super bright. Is that better? You have 2 different live stream screens on YouTube. Oh, let me fix that. Okay. Yeah, it's because I couldn't get it together. Let's see. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm hurrying. All right, I'm gonna get rid of that. Delete. Delete. Why can't I delete this? Oh my gosh. Unlisted. Okay. I figured it out. Thank you guys for being so helpful. I don't know why I can't delete this though. Weird. Okay. I got those off. Why can't I delete this? This is annoying. Okay, did I fix it? I took the other ones off. So the only way you should be able to get onto the live stream now is through Patreon. There's no link or anything available. Did that help at all? Anybody? Let's see. My goodness. Got it. Needs to desktop, not a phone. Really? You can only do it on desktop? Are you guys that are in here on your phones? I don't know. You guys, I can't talk about this the whole time. I really hope that you guys are getting in. Okay, is everyone that's in here now can hear me? Because I'd like to move on. Desktop, I'm on my phone. I'm on desktop, desktop. Interesting, someone's on their phone. I'm doing this on my phone. It's weird that you can't, girl, I don't know. I'm on mobile, I'm on my iPad. Yep. All right, I'm just gonna keep on going now. So what did everyone do today? What's up on the agenda for the upcoming week? My week is gonna be absolutely nuts. Tina said shrug, shrug. Leah said tablet. Okay, cool. I look haggard. I haven't seen myself in the mirror like for hours. Good Lord. Couldn't even bring my A game today. I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, this upcoming week is going to be absolutely banana sandwich bonkers for me. My sister's wedding is on the 26th. I have to go to Georgia on the 23rd. I'm going to be there for like 5 to 7 days. Oh, you're so sweet. You're working another certification. It's taking up all your time. What are you getting a certification in, Maya? Interesting. I love people who are always like working on learning more stuff. It is so interesting to me. And it's a skill that like a lot of people just abandon when they get outside of school. Like there's a million things I wish I could have the time to learn about. Like one of IT. Ooh, that's a good field to be in. One of my main goals this year was to learn Spanish, and I didn't even get close. Like I started, you tried the magnetic eyeliner. Oh yeah, Agnes, I asked you to tell me how that went. They worked? Did they work well? Do you like them? Do you prefer them over long weekend for Canadians Thanksgiving? Oh, Thanksgiving. Second certification since the end of August. I'm tired. I bet you are, Maya. Good for you. So you like those, Agnes. People ask me about those magnetic lashes. You guys know what I'm talking about? Where I guess the eyeliner is magnetic and then the lashes just stick onto it. Do any of you guys use those? Do you like them? Agnes just said she likes them and I get asked about them all the time. But I've never tried them. I kind of thought they might be a little gimmicky, but Columbus Day is here tomorrow. You guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised we're still doing Columbus Day. I thought we were doing Indigenous People Day. Is that a different day? It's funny that we still get that day off. I don't know. It's one of those things that the more you learn about Columbus and Columbus Day, it just kind of seems like odd that we celebrate it a little bit. We do have Indigenous People Day. Do the lashes lose their shape, Agnes? I'm interested in that too. Madison, you said we have Indigenous People Day? No, some state changed the name of it. Oh, okay. I try to like respond to y'all's comments. Can y'all, and I think y'all can see each other's comments. Columbus Day is an abomination. I kind of agree with you, Maya. But I feel like I get distracted and like want to respond to all your comments. I don't know if that makes us more or less entertaining. In Maine, we changed the name. Oh, what part of Maine? One of my best friends is from Maine. She lived in near, oh God, I forgot. They just need to expand them to buy without the liner. Yes, I can see other comments. Thank you, Jennifer. Did you guys watch any scary movies? Y'all carving pumpkins? Anybody getting in the spooky spirit? Like, I haven't got to do nearly enough fun holiday stuff yet, and I'm kind of bummed about it because it's been so busy. As I just said, I have to take like a week off. And then my husband was gone for 6 months. He just got back. I hadn't seen him forever, so I took like a week off for that and then lost my phone, and I'm just playing a massive game of catch up now. I think we should change it and let it be a day off to vote. I like that. Want to go see Joker? Me too. Has anybody seen Joker? I'm dying to see it. I love dark DC. I don't like when they try to get all Marvel-y and stuff. I wasn't really into it, but like the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight series. Oh my God, I love it so much. Mystery husband job. I think we all know what he does. Okay. So if I say my husband is a contractor with the military, he corrects me. So it doesn't sound like that's exactly what it does, but it's very top secret. We got decor Target. Ooh, spooky party start. I haven't got my spooky party started at all. I just don't think I'm gonna have time to this year. In Georgia, where I'm from, every October we have the Georgia National Fair, and it is the highlight of October. So I'm kind of like sad that I'm missing that this year. Your friend hated Joker, Madison? Why? I heard that it's more of a character study than it is a traditional like comic style movie, which I'm fine with. I like character studies. But I imagine if you have certain anticipations going into it, it might be easier to feel kind of like you didn't get what you pay for. You know what I mean? Kind of like when Deadpool come out and people took their kids to go see it and shit because they didn't know what it actually was. I remember hearing all about that at the time. Okay, so there's 15 of you guys in here. 14 of you guys in here now. It looks like you guys are all in here from Patreon. I feel so responsible for the fact that this isn't going very well. I'm really sorry. Let's talk about Patreon this month. You guys that are in this tier, this is the $5 tier. Also, the 7s might be in here also. I told you I'm going to do an eyebrow video for you guys, so I'm actually going to film that tomorrow. That will be up relatively soon. But I'm trying to decide what other tutorial I should do for you guys for the month of November. So I was thinking about doing like either... I'm majoring in psychology, so I found it so intriguing, but she found it boring because it didn't have enough action to it. She said, I don't like a lot of action stuff. I'm boring. I don't like that. Too many special effects and loud noises and like, you know how I always say like they have the action scene and then one of them like turns to the camera and like does a pun. I hate that shit. I don't like it. It's corny. Me personally, just me. But anyway, you guys want a tutorial in November. Do you want me to pick a specific look to do a tutorial on? Like one that maybe I've gotten a lot of requests about? Or do you want something like that would be more technique based? Like how to set your concealer or how to apply bronzer? Like what would you guys like from me for the month of November? Because I start planning this stuff like in October to make sure it gets up in time. So I would love to hear what you guys want for the month of November. I could do like a Thanksgiving makeup tutorial just for you guys. Like, I don't know. Y'all aren't talking to me, so I feel like I'm just filibustering right now. What you want to see? There's 15 of you in here. Why can't I see anything you're saying? Are you guys not talking to me? Techniques, and don't skip the parts like eyebrows and lips. I'd be interested in techniques that have some texture. Are you talking about on your skin? Like, I have really bad texture on my cheeks right here. It drives me absolutely nuts. That's why when everybody first got a hold of highlighters and they were like slathering it on, I was like, I can't do that. It just looks like I have like little tiny dots all over my face if I do it. Large pores. Yeah, pores suck. This isn't my tier, so I feel like I don't get a vote. Yeah, you do. Because if you're in the 7-1, you also get the $5 stuff too. You get to watch everything, so you do get a vote. I can't seem to do lashes save my life. Could use some help. Honestly, watching the game and trying to interact during commercials. Which game? Lashes. Okay. I get a lot of questions about lashes. Can you guys tell me what actual issues you're having? Because to me, honestly, lashes are a million times easier to put on than it is for me just to do mascara. Who's winning, Tina? I used to be a Cowboys fan for a long time. But yeah, what concealer works best with fine lines? I'm so tired of my eyes. Under eyes looking bad. Technique, but technique on a look would be amazing. Just started. Okay. So here's the thing with fine lines and stuff like that, you guys, and with texture in general, and it's kind of the shitty situation that you're dealt when you have texture issues, whether it's in the form of pores or acne scarring or fine lines. Makeup just can't do much to help it. You want to hear more about skincare and a tutorial about haughty looks that aren't over the top. Okay, Maya, I get with that. Makeup just can't really do much to help it. Like, if you have fine lines underneath your eyes, you have to be willing to expect a certain amount. Oh my God, your lashes are long and curved and you don't put anything on them. They sound perfect, Agnes. You have to be willing to accept some level of creasing. There are techniques that can make it less creasy, but that just comes down to so many factors, and that's why giving makeup information on the internet is kind of hard, because what it comes down to, your skin texture, like meaning are you crepier under the eyes and that's where the fine lines are coming from? Or like I have two little fine lines just right here, that's all I have, but my friend has a lot of little tiny ones all underneath here. So the solution to my problem is different than the solution to her problem. Then it's also going to come down to your budget. What kind of money do you have to throw at a certain kind of concealer? Then it's also going to come down to like what type of concealer look that you like. You know how everybody loves Shape Tape? Have you heard any cons when it comes to lash lifts? I would do a lash lift before I do a lash extension, Tina. I think lash extensions just fuck your lashes up, but I would actually do a lash lift. I need mine. My lashes go straight down like this. It's so annoying. But then it's also going to come down to like, do you need powder? Like, are you drier? I understand your honesty because beauty telling me one product is going to make me look poreless perfect. Nah, it's not the way it works, unfortunately. That's why I talk all the time in videos about how when it comes to your beauty budget, I think every person who, you're not dry. Okay, so you do need powder under the eye because that's also going to affect the way your concealer looks also. I think it would be so smart to like I've said, find a makeup artist in your area, make sure it's a good one. And you know, if they're good by, you can check their portfolio. It's okay to have an Instagram, but I feel like you need a portfolio. Like I get it, that's the way it's done now, but a portfolio tells me that there's a certain level of professionalism and dedication to growing your actual craft through things like agencies and reputable models, as opposed to just Instagram, because anybody can have Instagram. It takes work to have portfolio. Anyway, that's just my opinion. But if you can find a good makeup artist, pay them for an hour of their time, let them come over, let them sort through what you have, let them show you what they like, and let them just sit there and hang out with you and solve your problems. It's going to be so much better spent money than just going into Ulta with a shopping list and buying a bunch of shit that may work, maybe not, because sometimes it's not the product, sometimes it's just your technique. That's what I find to be true, at least. Like with me, I don't have to deal with under eyes that much. And you know what's funny? I literally think that my solution to that is I have like creasing or fine lines here. My eyeshadow goes all the way down here when I do my lash line, so it kind of covers it up. There's a really ridiculous hack for you. You could try that, I guess, but excuse me. Yeah, skin complexion, makeup, stuff like that. Once again, going back to what I said about doing modules or classes, like I could easily get into that, but in like a 10-minute YouTube, 10-15-minute YouTube video, it is so hard to answer everyone's questions and help everyone because there's so much misinformation out there. A Facebook group that is not my Facebook group that I recommend you guys check out if you really want a lot of good information is a group called In My Kit. It's ran by Kevin James Bennett. You guys might have heard of him. I call him the notorious KJB. That group is nothing but pro MUAs. Wow, somebody has a loud ass motorcycle. That group is nothing but pro MUAs, sharing tips, techniques, tricks, showing what's in their kit. They talk a lot about technique, It's really what you need to focus on if you want to improve any particular aspect of but that Botox can fix some lines. My face was a bit uneven. Yeah, it can, but that's why I made that video not too long ago when I was talking about your beauty budget, and I said you need to figure out if the way you're spending money on any given problem is the best way to spend it. So like, for example, there are lines that Botox can minimize the appearance of. Botox will not make them go away the second your Botox wears off. That line's coming back. What the hell with the sun? Hang on, I'll be right back. I have these giant windows in my office that like, ugh. Hi. Botox will make the lines appear to have gone away, but they don't go, like the minute your Botox wears off, it goes away. Like I don't have any active Botox right now, so I can move my forehead again and stuff. That's what I made me do it because every picture I was in, I was so annoyed. Do you mean that like the way I use a concealer for mid under eye and then a pigmented right under my tear trough and darker under my nose and very I like that. Do you know what I do? I put a concealer closer to my skin tone, like all in this area, and then I put a lighter one just right here because I have a little bit of hollowing that's been happening. Once I lost weight, like I'm starting to get like a little droopier. I'm considering doing something about it, but different colored concealer is actually a really smart trick. One eyebrow is way higher than the other. You mean before Botox or after? Because I get Botox right here to lift my brows up because, as I aforementioned, I feel like things are starting to droop a little bit. I look at my face all the damn time. It's hard not to do nothing about it. You had that problem before. You guys know that I have a lazy eye. Like this one looks in a different direction than this one. So I don't know if that makes it a lazy eye. I call it my crazy eye. It's also my more hooded eye. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have hooded eyes, but this one's way more hooded than this one. So I have to like fight it so much more to get it to do anything. I don't know about any of you guys that have like smaller hooded eyes and you're like jealous of like really big, beautiful round eyes. It's just something I can never have. I can have all the money in the world and like can't do anything about it. I don't know how to embrace it more, but I really definitely think I should. You guys are letting me talk a lot. The struggle is real. Hooded eye girl, it's a battle with eyeshadow, almond shaped hooded eyes. Beautiful, daily. You have a lazy eye and pictures can be majorly exposing. Do you guys more lid estate? You know what's weird? What's a bleph, Maya? I'm considering a bleph. What is that? My eyebrow is lower on my sleeping side. You guys, I heard, yes, well, absolutely, Tina, but we're not symmetrical at all anywhere. Like one of your boobs looks different than the other boob. Like I'm convinced one of my feet is bigger than the other foot. Like we're not the same anywhere. But I feel like for me, it's annoying because hooded eyes are already kind of difficult and hard to work with. They can be. But then I have to fight even harder on this crap. Bleph or plastic surgery to remove the hood. You can do that. Oh, you just opened my eyes to a whole new world. Oh, I don't know. It sounds risky. It's near your eyes. Well, I know when people get older, like my mom is struggling with this, her lids are drooping now to the point where like it's affecting her vision. Yeah, similar to what you're describing, Maya. It's like affecting her vision at this point. And I do know that some insurance will cover it if it is affecting your vision. It's very rare that they will, but I guess in that scenario, I would do it. He said when taking porch people tell him that eye is your small eye. It's Trevor at angle. Yep, this is my small eye. I'm never on this side of my face. When early 90s, Janet Jackson had that done? Wow. You guys just know so much interesting stuff. I just don't know any of this cool stuff anymore. But yeah, that's the funny thing about the symmetry issue. My hood sit on my lashes. You know what's funny about that? I'm filming tomorrow a video that's going to be like 10, 11 tips and tricks for hooded eyes. Like just all the stuff I've learned trying to figure out my eye shape and how to work with it. And that was one of the things I talked about is lashes. I feel like when you have hooded eyes, I feel like tell me if you guys have hooded eyes and you agree with this. I feel like I have to have longer lashes when I have because of my hooded eyes, because otherwise, like, I swear to God, they just get lost in my hoods. Like, you can't see them. And I feel like when I have a smoky eye on and short lashes, it makes my eyes look smaller. Like, if you imagine a painting on a wall, right? Let's say the painting is 5 feet wide and 5 feet tall, and it's on this wall. The second you put something bigger around that painting, even if the painting itself remains 5 feet long and 5 feet wide, if you put a bigger frame around it, it makes the painting look bigger on the wall. So that's how I feel about lashes. I feel like if my lashes are bigger, it makes my eyes look bigger because it's taking up more of area on my face. I have long lashes, but I could see short ones getting sucked in. I have short little shit lashes, so I'm so jealous that I've been using Revitalash this year and it's helping, but I feel like it's going really slow, so I don't know if I'm gonna like stick with it. Agnes, what expands the hooded part? But yeah, there's all kinds of little tips and tricks to making hooded eyes. I guess it depends on what your goal is. All 8 of my eyelashes are long. You mean you only have 8 eyelash hairs, or the lashes that you have? The longer lashes, I agree. Eyeliner is my magic. So you guys are talking about having more round eyes when you're trying to elongate them. That's the interesting thing about different eyeshadow shapes that I find. So I don't know what the word is. Like those crazy cut creases and all that shit, like, you had a good experience with Revitalash, but I can't justify the expensive risk of the dark spots. I have dark eyes. Am I in a better chance of that not happening to me? But yeah, those crazy eye looks we see. So like a halo, smoky eye, or a cut crease, all of those things are creating a shape. So it's really interesting to me when I see people do like a halo cut crease, which is basically going to make your eye look more round, like a ball, and then putting an eyeliner on top of that. I feel like, what are you trying to do? Like, your eyeliner, to the people who have the rounder, God, I'm so jealous of that, those big, beautiful round eyes, you're trying to elongate the eye because you're always kind of fighting width versus height. So if you want something tall to look smaller, you come out this way. If you want something small to look bigger, you come up this way. So that's why I don't understand all those crazy, I mean, I could just be getting too old for that shit. I don't know. Like, do you guys fuck with all that? I don't know. I don't think you guys are into it, or you wouldn't be watching me. But that's what people all the time, they'll be like, why don't you do different kinds of eye looks? And I'm like, because this is the shit that looks good on me. Like, what you want me to do? I don't know. Like, I feel like hooded eyed girls do really good with those kind of looks where it's like really dark at the lash line and it gets lighter as it goes up. I feel like that's like our superpower. Or the ones that you're lighter here and darker here because it's opening you. I stick to what my shape allows. I agree. And that's kind of what I think is so interesting about YouTube is it's like there are 25 million. Do you guys know there's like, I heard a study that said there is 1,000 pieces of content uploaded to YouTube every second. Like, there is so much content out there. And it's always so interesting to me. You look psycho, Madison. No, I wish. I love big eyes. I'm so jealous of them. Like, major crazy eyes. No, Madison, I don't believe you for a second. But yeah, it's like people will want me to do certain techniques or looks on myself, and I'm like, that would just look like shit on me, so I don't know how I can help you. If I can't make it look good, how can you possibly learn anything from what I'm doing? Does that make any sense? It's like, go watch those people who do that. Like, I won't be mad. I'll be here when you get back. If I try to do complicated eyeshadow, it looks really muddy, so I keep it simple. I keep hearing this. What do you guys mean when you say it looks muddy? Do you mean that it looks like all of the colors just kind of turn into like one dark shade, like there's no gradient effect? Because a lot of people leave that in my down bar. They'll be like, my eyeshadow looks muddy, it looks muddy. Or somebody making us feel like we need big eyes and big lips. Small is pretty too, you just have to make it work for yourself. I agree, Nora. I'm trying to embrace my smaller eyes. One ugly mousy brown. That's what you guys are saying. Okay. Have you guys seen my eyeshadow 101 videos I did a long time ago? Because that was the way that the best way I could think to the color changes after a few hours. Interesting. How does it change? Does it get darker? I don't see the point of a learning technique who doesn't. I agree. A group of messages and knowledge on senior carpenters told me I have no clue. Modeling like her because I'm eye shaped pencil. You are no, stop. Either the formula or brushes. So glad makeup became a thing. Oh, honey. You're beautiful with or without makeup, Kim. And that stuff is, that makes me sad. Agnes, sorry to go back to what I was saying. It is going to come down to the brushes because, look, here's my brushes. So I have hooded eyes, as we've all heard me say. And the thing with hooded eyes versus eyes that have a defined crease is that basically what you're having to do is create your crease. So if you look, you can see like I have like a lid, but that's not really where my crease is. My crease is right, like if I had an eyelash curler. I'm actually putting this in the video, so I'm just gonna show it to you right now. If you take an eyelash curler and you pull a little bit, do you see how you can see where my crease is now? Like, don't do it every day. It's just a good way for you to figure out where your crease is naturally, like in your orbital bone. And so that's why I create the shape that I create, because my crease, or my orbital bone, if you will, which is the closest thing I get to go off of, kind of is down low here, and then it comes up here. So my brush is going to create that shape. And because this is the lightest color I'm going in with, it's the biggest brush. Whitney's video about brushes changed my eyeshadow game for my ridiculously hooded eyes. Thank you, Maya. This is going to cover more space with the lightest shade. Now, the reason your eyeshadows might be looking muddy is because you're going in with darker colors on similarly sized brushes. Because if I take a light color and come in right here with it, and then take a dark color and come in right here with that, you're just layering colors, which isn't good or bad. It just depends on what your goal is. But if you have hooded eyes, typically you're trying to create structure. So then I would go in with a smaller brush. Like, look how different these brushes are in size. They're completely different size. That's when I would go in with this smaller brush with a slightly darker color, and I'm just going to just go a little bit below that initial shade. And then I'll do it again if I wanted to add a third shade. Hold on. I would take an even smaller brush. Like, look at the comparison between all three. And this would take the next dark color, and I'm going to go a little lower than the color I applied using my second brush, my brush number 2. It's going to go a little lower than that. So what ends up happening is, naturally, because you're changing brushes with your colors, it's going light, medium, dark. And then if you want to go even further out here with an even smaller brush, you can go darkest. That's just the easiest way for me to understand it. I'm going to talk about all of this in that hooded eye video I was telling you about. But yeah, the one trick I can recommend to hooded eye girls, just to give you like an idea of the area you're working with, take your eyelash curler, put it on your eyelashes, clamp down, and then pull it a little taut. Like, look at this lid. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. Hang on. Okay, look at this lid compared to this one now. Like, can you see? That's my bone. That's my crease right there. Looks a little more easy to tell in person. But once I did that one day and I was curling my lashes, I was like, ah, there's my crease. And once I knew where it was, all I had to do was just kind of hang out in that area, because I think that can be the hard time about eyeshadow. Legit, I trashed most of my brush that video. I simplified everything and I have all the steps every day since then. That makes me so happy. I'm so glad that helped you out. That's the video doing as well as it did is a big reason why it's taken me so long to do the color theory video, because I want to give it to you guys the same way I did that eyeshadow video. I feel like I broke it down in very easy ways that you could take that information and use it with whatever eye shape you have, whatever eye looks you like, whatever. I want to do that with color theory. I want to make it something that like clicks and you can just use it with everything. So if you want to invest in brushes, which brand would you recommend, not considering cost, because my JH Morphs is getting so shaggy after 2 months? Really? Mine are doing okay. They better fucking do okay. If they mess up, I will lose my mind, because I actually kind of like those brushes. Do you have a favorite brush maker? It's going to depend on your budget. And once again, I really try not to focus on the brush maker. I try to focus on the brush size. Like, I know, like, if all my brushes were stolen tomorrow, God forbid, that's actually happened to me before. When I was in Vegas, I was on a job. Someone broke into the car and stole my fucking makeup kit. I lost all my brushes. It was terrible. But yeah, I know for me and the particular eye look I want, I need a big fluffy brush. I don't care who makes it. Like, there are ones that I own and I like and they work well for me, but I just feel like I have brushes from everywhere. Like, I have some Morphe, I have Sigma, I have Smith, I have MAC, I have Wayne Goss. Like, I just kind of look around for brushes and ask myself, like, can that do something my existing brushes don't do? Do I have a brush similar to this, but it's not quite big enough, small enough, dense enough? Like, focus on the individual brush size and brush shape themselves more than the brand. My Jaclyn Hill brushes are not that scratchy. That's wild. I think the original Morphe, like, this is an OG Morphe. Like, this is on some bullshit. It is frayed. Like, I never used it. I hate the original Morphe brushes. I don't mind the Jaclyn Hill ones, but I bought them when they first came out, so maybe I got a good batch. I don't know. But if you really want to know what brushes I would recommend, like Blanket Statement, I think you can't go wrong. I feel like Sigma has changed their brushes. I started with Sigma, and then when I told you my makeup kit got stolen, I had to start it over. I reordered Sigma, and they were different. They were shaped differently. They were a lot more flimsy. Like, I think they changed them. They might have improved since then, but this was back in 2015 or 16 that this happened, and I had to replace them. And yeah, I didn't like them anymore. So I want to say Sigma, but based on that, well, we all know Morphe's known for their, oh, they sure are, Madison. Known for that consistency, girl. I want to say Sigma, but I wouldn't put my stamp of approval on that because I haven't messed with Sigma in a while. Maybe I'll go check out my Dillards nearby carry Sigma in-house. Maybe I'll go check it out and see if I still recommend it. I really like Smith brushes. I think Smith, this is a Smith brush. I think they have really interesting shapes, like this kind of, it's like an arrowhead shape that they have. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to tell, but it's dense, it's pointed, but it's got a very defined point at the top. You don't have to utilize that point to its full capacity if you don't want to. If you can kind of like flip the angle of the brush and it achieves something different. If that makes any sense. I also like the handles. Like, they're just well-made brushes. I think these are done with artists in mind. I have a lot of them. I like them. I went through a phase where I was pretty sure I was gonna buy all of them. I'm kind of glad I didn't now because I wouldn't have used them all. But on the higher end of it, you guys, I really like Wayne Goss brushes. I think they're friggin' dope. Like, one of the eyeshadow brushes I use, hold on, let me see if I can find it. This brush, I'm super late. I was helping hubby clean the glass. Hey, Janelle! We're gonna go for a little longer today because it took me forever to get going, so we'll be here for a minute. We're talking about brushes. This is a Wayne Goss brush. It is the only eyeshadow brush I have from him. It's the number 3. I have a lot of Wayne Goss face brushes. This is the only eye brush. It is crucial. Like, if I lost this brush tomorrow, I would have to replace it because I don't have anything that does what this one does. Now, once again, I've nearly broken my no-buy for Wayne Goss brushes. They'll still be around, Maya. Like, if you're dedicated to your no-buy, they're not going anywhere. But, like, I don't want no-buys to be punishments for you guys. Like, I feel like that is something I see a lot where people be like, I'm weak, my no-buy. And I'm just like, then crack, I don't know. Like, it's just not hard for me to be on a no-buy. So it's so easy for me to sit here and be like, just don't buy it. It's because I don't have any emotional attachment to it. I don't want to. But like, if you can hold out until you're, the date that you decided you were to no-buy for, like for me, mine's January 1st. If you can hold out just a little bit longer, you might as well. You're the proud owner of one Wayne Goss brush. Which one? I want to know. But yeah, this eyeshadow brush is perfect for me, once again, because of my hoods, my hooded eye. I use eyeshadow brushes typically with a point to kind of follow the shape I'm trying to create. Once again, if I use something really fat and fluffy, like this, it's just going to disperse product all over my flat ass hooded eyelid. You've been on yours since January because you got goals and I didn't set an end date. Maybe you should. If you've been on it for a while and you really want something like it, brushes, honestly, if I had to say, brushes are not a bad thing to spend your money on because they don't expire. Like I've had this one for 4 years. Like I've had I know I've got some old guys in here. Let's see. The Smith ones I've had for 6 years. I have great luck with IT brushes. Everyone says that about IT. Biba, the Biba palette from Natasha Denona, a small face brush, I forget the number. I love his face brushes. They're so soft. Literally anytime I use something else for too long, it just feels like sandpaper. Like they're so soft. But anyway, back to this eyeshadow brush. This is me telling you guys how to focus on what type of brushes you want and what you're looking to achieve as opposed to the brand, the make, whatever. Like I said, with hooded eyes, no defined crease, no shape, no dimension. I have to make it. Anything too big is not going to give me definition. It's just going to slap color on there, which isn't good. It isn't bad, but it's not what I want. I go for more pointed brushes like this because I can put it, like I'm going to get really close here. I can put it exactly where I want it to go. Tapered at the point. And also the great thing about his brushes is you can flip it on its side and you can easily pat color also. I used to be really adamant about needing a flat brush like this to do that. I never pull for that shit anymore. I just use the sides of a brush like this that has enough density. But if you have like those bigger, more round eyes like I was talking about before, you probably could get away with brushes that are kind of more round and fluffy, but they're just a little bigger than others. I kind of want to try my, that went by so fast I missed it, I'm sorry. If you have more structure to your eye, it's kind of like, so the difference between a hooded eye and a pronounced crease to me is the difference between like painting by numbers and actually having to get in there and paint the picture yourself. Like if you paint by numbers, the lines are already there. You just have to fill in the color where you want them. If you have no lines, no structure to work with, you have to make it yourself. So if you have bigger, rounder eyes, I would say things like this. This is the MAC 224. It's got some density to it. You paint brushes. I use one of my favorite eyeliner brushes is a paintbrush. My eyes are losing tension with age, so I may need to look into a pointed brush. I recommend it, Janelle. Okay, I have to tell you, just joined your Patreon group today. This is my first live with you. I'm so hard. It's been worth it. I'm learning so much. Yay! I'm so glad. You guys, I really want you guys to like Patreon. Like, it's so important to me. I hate it that I don't get on here and comment back to stuff quickly enough because I just don't get notifications for it. I need to figure out how to change that. But if I was getting notifications somewhere, you guys would get responses from me so much quicker. I'm so sorry. Anyway, this is the MAC 224. It's a blending brush. If you have hooded eyes, you could use this one. It would apply that all over lid color a little more precisely than something like, where'd it go? Please stand by. This one, we'll say. No, not this one. JK. This one. You do, you're awesome, no point, but that will is always something. You're so sweet. So worth it. Oh, you guys are so sweet. This is the Morphe and JH. Oh my God, I took my glasses off. I can't read this. I think it's the 30. This one is like the biggest, fluffiest, fattest one. So look how big this is. Like if I lay it down against my eyelid, it covers like almost the whole thing. So this one's going everywhere. So something like this one, if you had bigger, rounder eyes and you're not trying to cover all this area, this is the MAC 224. Like when I lay it down on my eye, look how much smaller it is. You can just hug your existing crease and then just work your way down. You don't necessarily have to go in with these big, fat, fluffy ones. So the main thing is, if you want to pick makeup brushes, definitely don't go for, has your vision got any worse with Ride a Lash? I feel like my one got worse way back with Latisse. No, but I have bad vision now. I think it's from staring at studio lights for so many years because I didn't used to. I had perfect vision all my life, and then about 2 years ago, I started being like, I can't see. But yeah, with makeup brushes, have some brands in mind that you hear good things about. Like, I hear a lot of good things about Cosette brushes. I hear a lot of good things about Zoeva brushes. I've never tried either of these myself, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. Figure out what your budget around that would be, and then get the best quality brushes you can afford in that price point. Bearing in mind that Morphe brushes, it's great that they're like $9, but it's for a reason. I always say companies aren't doing shit out of the kindness of their heart. Like, it's for a reason. It's a $9 brush because it's a $9 brush. I don't want to replace brushes you have Zoeva, Tina? Which ones do you have, did you buy like kits or did you buy individual ones? Because did you already discuss Sigma? What was said about them? I said about Sigma, I agree with you, H King. I don't know what to call you, what your first name is. I'm just call you King. I said about Sigma is that I started with Sigma. I think, honey, oh, cute, honey. I started makeup brushes. The very first makeup brushes I ever bought were Coastal Scents and Sigma. And when I got Sigma, this was back in like 2011. It's been a long time. I thought they were incredible. I used them consistently. I bought every special edition face kit they came out with. I liked them a lot. And then in 2015 or 16, my entire makeup collection was gone. Rose gold set, beautiful, still going strong, awesome. In 2015 or 16, I was on a job site doing makeup. Someone took my makeup kit, including all my brushes, and then I replaced all my Sigma ones, and I just didn't think they were the same. Like, the shapes were different than they originally were. They weren't as dense. So you've been moving Morphe a long time and Coastal Scents. I know, Maya. That's why when Morphe came out and everybody was getting their dick all hard about it, I was like, isn't this just Coastal Scents? Like, what is everybody so excited about? I had already done that. You know what I mean? Like, I think with makeup, for the most part, there's always going to be drugstore queens. It's always going to be their thing. Luxie brushes. I have one Luxie brush. It's this nose contour brush. Someone stole your kit. Who does that? Girl. That was a dark day. That was a dark day. It was my brushes, my brush belt, all my tools, all my lashes, everything I took to that job that day. I was on like a 10-hour day, all fucking gone. It was the worst. I had to file like insurance shit. I had to go to the police station. It was such an ordeal. This is the only Luxie brush I have. It's that JD Weighty nose contour brush, which I really liked when I first got it, but now I think it is way too harsh, like of a brush. It just, the line's too much. I don't know. Anyway. But I got Luxie brushes galore when I had boxy crap, but I hated all of them. How many of you guys, really quick, which nose contouring? What about it? I can do a nose contouring video if you guys want. I don't nail it every day. Some days I do better than others, but I think I have figured some things out. Once again, that'd be another really cool thing I could do with courses. I could do different nose shapes because I've just got the one. I could get models in here and do that if I did something like that. Agnes, do you have a particular question about nose contouring? Because I might be able to help, but like I said, I do not nail it every time. When I don't nail it, my comment section is very quick to tell me. And I'm like, I know, I just wasn't going to delete the video because I fucked up my nose contouring today. But yeah, we were talking about Coastal Scents. Oh yeah, so that's why I thought that was so wild that it happened, because I know there will always be like drugstore queens that like, they're just, that's their gig. They fucking love it. But I feel like otherwise, once you get into makeup, it kind of goes like this. Like, you start off with your Coastal Scents and your Morphe, and then you kind of get your feet wet there, and then you kind of move up to a little better of quality things all the time. And that's why when all these big beauty gurus that had their $200 face primers and shit were trying to tell me that they loved Morphe, I was like, come on now. I got a big beak and I have just accepted this at the Madison. You know what though? I don't know if I contour my nose because I don't like the shape of it personally. I think I do it because I create so much structure with my makeup, like even with my eyes. And then to have like a blank situation in the center of my face, I don't think it looks very good. I was about to say something about box charm. Thank you, Lee. How many of you guys have it? I get asked about it all the time. I have my opinion of it, but I want to know if you guys enjoy it and if you think it's worth it or what your experience with it is. Because to me, I've never gotten it because I just personally don't want to pay for shit that I didn't pick out. Like, it's a gamble even when people buy me presents. I'm like, can I just tell you guys what I want? Like, I don't know. It'd just be better spent money if I can tell you exactly what I want. I feel like with something like BoxyCharm, or that's like the big one now, huh? I was on Facetune the other day and I kept getting ads for BoxyCharm. You got Ipsy. No, now I can cancel. BoxyCharm is trash. They put a palette in every box. Just cancel BoxyCharm. Yeah, that's what I would be worried about. Or like colors that I don't like. You know what I mean? Like if they gave me a bunch of gray, I'd be like, I can't do shit with this. I don't like gray eyeshadow. There's so many coming out now. Trend moves coming out. Yes, someone tagged me in that the other day. And then I saw, you'll get a lot of items away. I do that too, girl. That's a big part of what inspired me to do my damn no buy, is I realized I was purging, like, I'm talking, I'm not exaggerating, huge boxes of makeup a couple times a year. And I was like, I am literally just throwing my fucking money away. Ipsy Boxy, that was amazing until I figured out giving my whole box away to friends because I'm like, got it. I don't think you'd like it. I hear you. I don't think I would either. I don't want people to buy me stuff, but does Jeffree Star have a mystery box now? Isn't Morphe doing that? Is that a fucking thing? Because that's a mess. That is a mess. A mystery box means this is the shit no one's buying, and we're going to try to get somebody else. We're going to try to get this shit out the door no matter what. He's doing a box for Halloween. God, that's a mess. God, are people really buying that shit? I've saw something about it. Oh, that's a mess. That's a mess. Makeup is literally everywhere. There is no way, where, or how they will not try to sell us that shit. It's sold out. Some people's makeup seemed off. Probably. Because it's the shit he can't get rid of. Do you guys know I looked at the Sephora sale page? Plus mystery boxes, okay? My kid, for like 2 years, she was really into these things called LOL surprise dolls. And it's like a ball you buy, and they weren't super expensive. I want to say they were like $10 or something. And she'd buy them, and then it was like, she didn't know what was in it, but she wanted it because the mystery was the fun part. Like, it's kind of like getting a present, you know, you get it, you don't know what's inside. It's like, ooh, what's going to be in here? That's what those mystery boxes make me think of. It's the same kind of psychology of like, I want something, but I want to be surprised by it. It's like a present from Jeffree Star himself. I don't fucking know. I would never do that because why? Like, I always wonder, like, okay, if it's not because you're trying to get rid of shit that nobody wants, why would you need to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there a huge market of people out there who are like, I want to spend my money, but I don't want to decide what on? Like, take that part out of the equation for me. Only work for Hurricanes. Oh, God, of course. The only month they work is Notoriously Morbid. What is that? Is that a true crime box or some shit? Because that sounds cool. We all need a green shiny lipstick. Remember when he had a fucking black highlighter? Oh, my God. The nerve. And then when people came for him, he was like, I'm just being creative. Like, okay, girl. Whatever. Do you, boo. What is Notoriously Morbid? Somebody just said they have a box called Notoriously Morbid. I'm really curious. Do you guys ever see that game? It's called like Catch a Serial Killer, where like every month they send you like clues and stuff. I have a book subscription box and loved it. I had book of the month for a while, and then I got rid of it because I got like 2 books I didn't want, and I was like, guess I got to pass. It's an indie brand, and they curate collections based on things like movies or music or whatever. Ooh, that sounds cool. That sounds really cool. Bailey Sardine. Are you talking about Bailey Sardine? I can never say her name for the life of me. But yeah, that true crime, Sarian, yeah, that true crime game thing. I want to try it so bad, but I've never met a real person or talked to a real person who's done it, and I don't want to do it if it's not going to be worth the money. I actually feel the same way about the whole spending money on what you don't get to choose. I did sign up for FabFitFun. That one is huge. Super Wild, not forever. Yeah, I could see that. Like maybe if you just want to try something new and you don't want to do the legwork of like trying to hunt down products yourself, like getting them in front of you every month might be kind of neat, but I don't know, man. I have such particular taste about every single thing that I like. Like it's so like defined at this point in my life that I don't think I'm the target audience, but that's okay. There's an audience out there for everybody. So nobody's tried the true crime game. I'm really trying to see if anyone's doing it. I'm interested to see the lifestyle items, not necessarily beauty. You know what would be cool? Those like snack boxes they come out with. I might do something like that. Send me some cool snacks from around the world. That's something I couldn't get my hands on otherwise and would just be kind of fun. $50 polyester towel. What? Who is sending that? Is that the FabFitFun people? Weren't they giving away, what are those things called? The facial cleansers? They're called like the Mio? Is that what they're called? I don't have my phone because I'm talking on it, so I can't Google it. Yeah, FabFitFun. Every time I see that box, like at first inspection, Foreo, yes. On first inspection, I look at it and I'm like, that looks like a good little bunch of shit. But don't you only get it like twice a year and you're still paying for it every month? Is that how that's working? Because I feel like I heard that somewhere. And I think it's kind of like an influencer rite of passage to do your FabFitFun box post. I'm not going to do it, but Loot Crate is subscription box for nerds. My friend had that, Tiffany. 4 times a year. You pay 4 times a year. Okay, that's not bad. But why? Is it a higher amount of money? I'm not wanting 90%. That's interesting. Seasonal. I'm interested in the business model behind that. How much do you pay a month for that one versus others? Because I guess that's what it would come down to at the end of the day. If I got that box and I opened it up and I paid $50 for that box and there's about $100 worth of stuff in there that I like, might be worth it. That's at least you're breaking even plus. Then you pay for every quarter. Why every quarter? I wonder if they find that people don't opt out as much if you do it less often. Because I guess if you got a box every month, it might stay in your mind a little more frequently that this isn't working for you, so you might get out quicker. They always have like coupon codes for 50% for new people. They curate based on the season. Yeah, but why doesn't everyone do it that way? Why do they, you know what I'm saying? Like there must be some benefit to them doing it that way. It might give them more time to get more vendors in the box because that's how that works. Companies go to these places and they're like, hey, right? I could see that, Janelle. Because companies go to places like, you know, I think there used to be like Birchbox, Ipsy, and they need to get their product in front of people. So they go to these companies and they give it to them. And if they're not giving it to them, they're paying a tiny amount for it because it's free advertising. So I'm wondering if 4 months or 4 times a year gives them more time to get better shit from people. Body polish smells like coffee. I bought that Frank, y'all know that Frank body polish that was all over Instagram for a long time. I bought it at Ulta, took it home, got in the shower to like scrub a dub. My entire shower was stained with coffee. Like it turned to coffee immediately, which is like common sense. Obviously it's coffee grounds. And in fall you get a blow dryer, flat iron, and a throw blanket. Is it a good blow dryer? How much are blow dryers? I feel like I paid like $40 for one earlier this year and it was pretty good. I don't know. The pink champagne one. I don't even know what that is. It sounds fancy as shit though. No, I know. They're good examples. And that's what I mean. Every time I see the box, I see like definite big ticket items in there. But I don't know, man. Is FabFitFun the big guy in town? Price and buy what I need. That's kind of how I feel. But I can see why people like it. If you enjoy just trying new shit without having to do the lead work of finding it, and you like opening presents, I could see. That's why I'm saying those LOL surprise dolls did so well for a reason. I think it must be like this niche group of people that enjoy being surprised by their own purchases. French press that I use a French press? That's interesting. Well, I guess the cool thing with that box is, like you said, they really do expand into lifestyle shit. I guess that's kind of cool. I would do that before I would do a beauty one. I would do a snack one, and I would do, that's it. If I did it. I hand it to them and they don't have to go out and find the items, take the research and buying out of it. Yeah. It'd be a cool thing to gift somebody. Like, I could do that for my mama. She might really like that. It was a fun gift for myself. Suck home the baby, put a few boxes over consumer products and use. Oh, little baby. Agnes, you have a little baby? I want a little baby. But yeah, people, so, you know, I do those 5 things you can probably stop buying videos. I literally just did one last month and I was like, I don't think I can do these anymore. I'm running out of shit. Well, I'm not out of shit. I thought of 5 more things that I could tell you guys not to buy. And subscription boxes are on there because people ask me about them all the time. But I don't know. I don't hear a lot of feedback from people who do them telling me what their actual experience has been. Because for me, it would just be conjecture. I don't fucking know. I'll use the products, but after a few boxes, I'll have enough items and don't want to get more. You forgot what it's like to have a baby, huh? I did. Mine's 14. She just turned 14 a couple days ago, so I had a baby in a long time. But I want one, sort of, kind of. Me and Mr. Hedrick are planning on having a family or starting a family. I'm pretty close to doing it like next year, but it might be in like 2021. And then I'll be a mommy blog. Totally kidding. Nothing against mommy blogs. I just don't think I could do that. Like, I spend all my time with my kid. Now I got to talk about it on the internet too. Like, no thanks. I just received my 110th black eyeliner from BoxyCharm. What is your go-to workout clothes brand? Amazon. Victoria's Secret. I love their leggings. I don't know. I'm not really particular about that. It's Victoria's Secret leggings. I get a lot of tops from, this is going to sound random, but Dick's Sporting Goods started carrying Carrie Underwood's line of workout clothes, and I actually kind of like them. People raved about BoxyCharm, like they're all trying to build big collections of, yeah, love their crops and sports bras. Who? Yeah, that's what it's called, Kyla. I don't know, I got a couple things from them, and I really liked it because I have big boobs, and like, I feel like, tell me if you guys ever try Nike's clothes. Like, Nike's clothes are so tiny. Like, I've lost like 40 pounds this year, and my Nike clothes are just not starting to fit me. Like, I don't even know why I bought them. There was no way they were going to fit. Sports bras, never tried Kalia. I like Victoria's Secret sports bras. There's a new brand I just heard about not too long ago called, I would look it up on my phone. Nike is cut small. Thank you. I thought I was just crazy, but I was like, this shit's for children. What is the name of the stupid bra brand? I found it the other day. It's really, really, really good sports bra supposedly, but they didn't have a black one in stock, so I didn't order it. But it's supposed to like I need all of the shit. I need my shit to strap down. It'll hit me in the face. I have a small frame, so Nike fits me perfect. Oh, good for you, Madison. No, I'm just kidding. I wish I had a small frame so bad. Makes me feel so much bigger than I am. I feel like a lot of clothing companies, so they call that vanity sizing. I have an XL Nike polo with my company name on it. Cute. It's cute. Your company name? I get it, girl. I do too. I need high impact for sure. I really do. Victoria's Secret does good for a little bit. Like the one I have now I bought earlier this year. Am I wearing it right now? No, I'm not. Just kidding. But it's to that point now where every time I put it on, I have to like strap it back, make it as small as possible. And even then, like, I do CrossFit. I think we've talked about this before. We do things like box jumps and jump roping, and every time I'm like, oh, my boobs are gonna be everywhere. I hate doing it, but I want to say this brand I'm thinking of is called SheFit. I'm in a CrossFitter workout chick Facebook group, and they were all raving about it, said it's the best thing ever. So I do want to try it. Is it because it stretches out? I don't know if in this case it's because it's stretched out or because I've gotten smaller. Like I said, I've lost like a lot of weight this year. So it's to the point now where the ones before that I was using before just wouldn't fit. And then other times I buy Victoria's Secret ones and they break. Like anytime I buy one that has a zipper in the front, I might have that shit for like 2 weeks and then it's gonna break. Somebody just asked about Fabletics. I want to know too, do any of you guys do Fabletics? Is that a subscription box on the subject? Because I feel like you have to pay a monthly amount of money or some shit to them, but I don't know. Every time I want to order new gym clothes, I'm worried it's going to be like Nike and I'm going to get it and I can't get it over my ass. What did your hubby think of your weight loss? Yeah, he was like, I was wearing my thumbs too. You can skip every month for Fabletics Mobility. Why do you gotta pay them every month? Can you just order them if you don't want to pay them monthly at all? And you get like a better deal that way? My husband was impressed with my weight loss, just someone who just asked that. I told him I had lost weight. And like you guys probably can't tell because camera angles are weird. I have a weird camera lens. Like I look bigger on camera than I am anyway. And then I like Chris Angel that shit to kind of give me my best angle. But yeah, I lost like 40 pounds this month and I want to lose 15 more and then I want to start building muscle, but he was kind of impressed. What can I say? I am impressive. Someone just said they like Fabletics sports bras. Kate Hudson's line. Yeah. Oh my God. What did you do? Keto. It wasn't anything about that. My friend tried, got a big butt. Every she bends over, all you can see is her butt right through the bottoms. Damn it. I mean, I don't have a big butt, but I don't want anything that could ever be see-through. But I only ever wear black. Like when I see girls wearing like pastel pink pants to the gym, I'm like, girl, you are brave. I feel like I would just look naked in that shit. Someone just asked if I did keto. No, I didn't. I counted macros. I don't know if you guys know about macro counting. You basically have a certain amount of fat, carbs, and protein and calories you're supposed to eat every day depending on what your goal is. And you can eat whatever you want in those macros. You just have to hit them every day. And then I also did CrossFit 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week. It just depended on what was going on. And I was consistent. I didn't drink. I didn't eat junk food. That's all. It's just good old-fashioned hard work. I lost 75 pounds. My bras are empty. Well, my boobs are fake, so it doesn't matter how much weight I lose. They're just going to be massive. I can't wait until like I can get a new set because I'm going so much smaller than I went. I can't believe my friggin' doctor didn't tell me. Like, are you sure you want to go that big? But I got them done in Vegas, so it probably was just like a drop in the bucket to him. I don't know, girl. So we are at 73 glorious minutes of hanging out with you guys. I had a lot of fun. Did you guys have a good time? Did I answer your questions? Do you have any last minute questions, suggestions, haikus, limericks, anything? No. Of course, Janelle. It has been a blast. I had fun. You guys, do you want me to have haikus? Do you guys want me to come prepared with some shit to talk about, or do you just want to wing it and see how it goes? Because I always get nervous when I don't have like an immediate topic to share with you guys. I'll do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? This is y'all's show. I say it all the time. But I guess I'm going to let y'all get back to your Sunday afternoon and we'll be doing this. Winging it worked well. I'm open to both ways. All right, Honey King. Oh, my brain just stopped working. I feel like we can just start talking and things happen. I agree. This is a fun way of avoiding running my SS for class. Yeah, I got to go right back to work after I get off here. My daughter and I love listening to your breath of fresh air. You're so sweet. How old's your daughter? I'm sorry. I just be talking all kinds of shit on here and I even consider that young kids could be listening to me. I like winging it too. It feels more organic. 28. Okay, cool. That's fine. My daughter's 14 and I'm like, I have to turn my mommy mouth on around her. It makes me nervous. All right, you guys, I had so much fun and I will see you guys. You love the new episode of the podcast? Yay. You guys, the podcast is going live everywhere next month and it'll be weekly episodes. It's not going to be just once a month like we've been doing. So I'm really nervous and excited for that thing to go live. Oh, listen to it, Janelle. I really would appreciate, not to try to give you guys homework, like do whatever the hell you want, but I am open to notes on that podcast because this is a completely new thing for me. And you guys are kind of like beta testing the whole thing for me. I like to create them so I don't say the podcast. I want to. Just had things going on. I hear you, Janelle. I appreciate every second of you guys' time that you spend on me and my content. So it definitely doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you so much, Lee. You guys are so great. You gave me my second wind. I need to sit down and get back to work. Some cool videos coming this week. I have to film like 8 videos in 10 days. So there's a lot of shit coming out. So stay tuned. But other than that, I hope you guys have a really great day, great week. And then there's another live stream next Sunday, I believe is what I scheduled it for. I love that Jacqueline is so new. Dude, if we could only do episodes where I just tell her about the fucking beauty industry, I would love it because she cracks me up. The sound is wonky if I have it on in the car. No! Agnes, listen to it somewhere else and tell me if it's still wonky, like in your headphones, because it sounds okay on my side. But I definitely need to, I'm still learning, so I don't want it to sound like shit. But yeah, I'll let you guys go. And I will see some of you next Sunday, I hope. That's the next live stream. And maybe me and Jacqueline will bust out a live stream together in Georgia. I'm trying to talk her into it so you guys could like meet her because she is the podcast co-host. So thank you, Tina. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you, Agnes. Like between talking and Jacqueline. Yeah, that's because I know you're talking about Agnes. I'll fix that though. Thanks for your time. Happy Sunday. It probably is my end of it, Agnes. I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.